1. Headlines.
How about those Chiefs, baby?
Nail biters.
Picked up by the Chiefs.
Team records.
Has gone to another level.
World records.
Stadium in the end.
Heartbreak.
For the end zone touchdown. Colts.
But that was last year. And this is now. A different time, a different team, a different enemy. Champions, royalty, tough guys, and still these guys. But these are our guys. And this is our kingdom. Louder, smarter, tougher than ever before.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
And we wanted more. You ready for year 2? It starts now.
You've had to go the last 7 months without your Kansas City Chiefs. Tonight you get them back under very nice blue skies and no humidity. Here come those Chiefs as kickoff is just moments away. Bengals and the Chiefs tonight in the preseason opener. I'm Paul Burmeister. He is Trent Green. Thanks for being along with us here. In exactly 1 month, when the Chiefs play host to the Tennessee Titans, we know exactly what the goal will be on that night. The Chiefs want to be a perfect 1-0. But tonight, opening up the preseason, game number 1, what exactly is the goal?
Well, I think the main goal is to build off of last season. You look at 2013, what Andy Reid and John Dorsey were able to do in just 1 short year. Greatest comeback season in Chiefs history when you look at +9 in wins, what they were able to do that first year. They turned over a roster, over 50% change on the roster, and a big part of that was at the quarterback position.
Yeah, Alex Smith, just like head coach Andy Reid, I think he could be described in year 1 better than expected.
Well, you know, he comes in, he's exactly what you think you're going to get when you make that trade. Over 60% completion, 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He did a great job of managing the team, understanding Andy Reid's offense, and spreading the ball around.
And while the NFL might be devaluing the position of running back right now, Trent, it's hard to say there was a more valuable player in the AFC last year outside of Peyton Manning than Jamal Charles.
Well, and when you're spreading the ball around, it's easy when you've got Jamal Charles. You've got the number 2 rusher, or the number 3 rusher in the National Football League, number 2 in total yards from scrimmage, and that's why he was able to get the new contract.
And let's not forget about the defense led by coordinator Bob Sutton. We knew a year ago right now, Trent, that they would be aggressive. I don't think any of us knew how well they would create points and turnovers.
Well, that's the thing. With turnovers, they were second in the National Football League with 36 turnovers created. They were 6th in the National Football League in sacks. They were putting pressure from all over the place. Bob Sutton, his background is an aggressive defensive coordinator, and his players love it.
Time now to take a look at what to watch, presented by the University of Kansas Hospital, the official healthcare provider of the Chiefs.
Well, you look at the offensive line, you've got Eric Fisher moving from right to left. In the secondary, you've got a lot of new faces. You still have experience back there, but a lot of new faces. And then the wide receivers, it all starts with Dwayne Bowen. What a great offseason he's had.
You say new faces, Trent. I think about first-round pick out of Auburn, D. Ford. Watch him get after the quarterback for the first time as a Chief. Kickoff with the Bengals right after this. Alex Smith came in with an 8-year reputation from San Francisco to Kansas City. Number 1, of taking care of the football. And number 2, he plays winning football and didn't let anybody down. The fewest interceptions of any starting quarterback in the NFL last year. And as Trent just mentioned in the open, the huge turnaround for Kansas City from 2 wins to 11. Alex Smith, a major part of that turnaround.
And we can't forget about the fact that he made the Pro Bowl. So you make a trade for a guy in his first year here, leads him to 11 wins and gets to Hawaii. So nice job by Alex.
Jamal Charles also in Hawaii. He's untouched until he gets to about 7 yards downfield. The ball did come out late. Nice job by the left side of that offensive line, and a good start to the preseason for Jamal Charles. Here are tonight's Truman Medical Center's starting lineups. Truman Medical Centers and the Chiefs, partners for a healthy community. And we take a look up front, and a lot of changes up front, Trent, led by the switch from Eric Fisher, last year's #1 overall pick, from the right side to the starter at left tackle. Alex Smith to the air for the first time out in the backfield. And Jamal Charles, the Chiefs' leading receiver last year. That's good for a gain of 1.
So that they can't get contact, and he's able to get a clean hit on the running back.
James Michael Johnson, former draft pick of the Browns, released and picked up by the Chiefs. Here's DeAnthony Thomas out of Oregon, and here he goes. Goodbye. We have no flags. DeAnthony Thomas will score.
Well, and that's the excitement that DeAnthony brings. He has a whole nother dimension of speed. You talk about his quickness, you talk about his aloofness. How about his toughness here? He has his own player and a Bengal player run into him. He bounces off, spins away, and then there's the open field speed that everybody remembers from Oregon. When he gets in space and he has that room to run, he's a sprinter.
He asked the question, who's the most talented backup quarterback on this staff? It's Tyler Gray. Who would be the most trusted if something happened to Alex Smith? I think it's that guy right there, number 10.
That's well put.
And there's a strike to Travis Kelce. No flags down. Touchdown, Kelce.
Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Well, and I think that's what the Chiefs were hoping for a year ago when they drafted him, is not only a big body and a big presence down the middle of the field, but you have the speed once you catch it to run away from those safeties. And you can see the accuracy. You give Chase Daniel time to throw in the pocket. He hits him right in stride. He doesn't have to slow down, turn on his back shoulder, or anything like that. It hits him right in stride, and Kelce has the speed to get into the end zone.
You kind of read my mind there, Trent, talking about the accuracy, because yes, he was wide open, but he put it in a spot where he could just hit that stride and run as fast as he could, and he needed that to break away from the Bengal defense. Succop up and in, and the back and forth continues here at Arrowhead. 21 seconds left. Chiefs back on top by 3.
Bengals 24.
Well, and this is what we've talked a lot about, the wide receiver position, the development of Dwayne Bowe in this offense and understanding this offense, the development of Donnie Avery, who's going to be that 3rd, 4th, 5th wide receiver. I think a lot of importance falls on the tight end position. Anthony Fasano was banged up last year, didn't play a lot. About half the season is all he was active for. Kelce was on IR. Demetrius Harris was just learning the sport coming over from basketball. So now all of a sudden you've got Demetrius Harris, who's becoming a football player and understanding better about how to control his body and run routes and block. Kelce coming back healthy, and you can see on that play right there the speed that he brings to the tight end position. You all of a sudden start attacking the middle of the field. Guess what? Dwayne Bowe's going to be one-on-one on the outside instead of having to deal with double teams. Donnie Avery is going to be one-on-one on the outside. And now all of a sudden you have these young receivers, Albert Wilson on the inside, or maybe the development of Kyle Williams or A.J. Jenkins, one of these guys stepping up, Hammond stepping up, Hemingway stepping up. You have these young guys that could all of a sudden utilize those one-on-one matchups. So the development of these tight ends is going to be big for this offense.
It was better than it's been. I've heard a lot of really great compliments of the system, people appreciating us continue to work on this. It's a big issue across the league and one that we're going to get better at. Oh, look out.
Oh, that's going to be a touchdown, Chiefs. Malcolm Bronson, the 2nd pick 6 for Kansas City tonight.
Well, we mentioned earlier after Sean Smith's touchdown that the Chiefs had 11 touchdown returns a year ago off special teams and defense, and so far tonight they've had 3, with 2 on defense, 1 on special teams. So picking up right where they left off with getting points on the board other than through their offense.
You know, all of our boss, Clark Hunt, was up here in the 2nd quarter, and he had to watch from right there at pick 6 for the Bengals. So when you see him again tonight, you say, you know, when I was up in the booth.
I will definitely remind him. And I think a lot of people have fun with the fact that I proved that I don't do this for a living. As I'm in the middle and I go, oh, look out. That's probably not what you're supposed to do, right? Given what you guys do for a living, it's probably not what they teach you in school.
You are being invited to stay here to keep it with the 3-man booth after the break.
Look forward to that.
See? All right. Back after the break, more big plays for the Chiefs. The third return touchdown of the night. This one provided by Malcolm Bronson. And Kansas City, biggest lead of the night by 10. Clock ticking down, and it seems like a long time ago that the Chiefs trailed 10-0 in that first quarter, but came back. All kinds of big plays, offense, defense, and special teams. DeAnthony Thomas providing perhaps the biggest play, the 80-yard touchdown return on the punt return. Springing the Chiefs to a 41-39 victory. Andy Reid entering season number 2 in Kansas City. Gets it off to a good start with a win against the Bengals tonight. Our final score, once again, Kansas City 41, Cincinnati 39. For BJ Kissel, Rachel Sanchi, Trent Green, all of us with 65 Toss Power Trap Productions, I'm Paul Burmeister. Thank you for being with us on Game 1 here of the 2014 preseason in Kansas City. We're back in 2 weeks when the Chiefs play host to the Vikings. Until then, thanks for watching and good night.